Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Okay, Santa's been out and about. Now let's see exactly where his last location was, or at least before I came on air. And last I saw that he was over in Canada. So he's getting closer and closer to our neck of the woods. In fact, you can see here in the bottom left-hand part of your screen, this is the northeastern United States. So he's not too terribly far away, but he's getting closer and closer. In fact, he was last seen on Prince Edward Island in Canada. He's already been delivered 4.2 billion gifts so far, which will continue to increase overnight. Now back home here, we'll be looking at rain along the Oregon coast, and Santa's going to encounter some rain, especially along the Oregon coast, and he may even encounter some rain as we get into the Rogue Valley and east the Cascades as well. But we're going to continue to see this increase overnight. Now, most of the moisture is well offshore, and most of the moisture is actually going to be moving into Washington State and the northern half of Oregon, but we're still going to have plenty of development in our neck of the woods. Now, what we're looking at is we have a warm front that's going to be moving in overnight. Now, warm air already over top of cold air. I was mentioning during the 5 o'clock show there was a chance of some freezing rain for parts of eastern Oregon along US 97. Now, the National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for areas shaded in purple for the Oregon Cascades, for the Klamath Basin and the western part of Lake County from 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning to 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you are driving tomorrow morning, Christmas Day morning, again, we could be looking at possibly up to 1/10 of an inch of ice on the road. So very dangerous conditions. So if you don't have to go anywhere, just don't. It's best overall. So for tonight, we'll be looking at some of that freezing rain developing east the Cascades. For tonight, we'll be looking at temperatures upper 20s, low 30s. East the Cascades will be right above freezing into the Shasta Valley. We'll be on the bottom side of 40 degrees here in Medford and upper 40s along the Oregon coast. Now tomorrow we won't see quite as much rain west of the Cascades. The Oregon coast will still have plenty of rain at 56, 53 in Medford, 46 over in Klamath Falls, 43 in Lakeview. Again, that freezing rain will still be possible in the morning east the Cascades. So we'll continue with the rain increasing overnight tonight. Santa is going to be in and around the area somewhere. I'm not sure exactly when, but that's why we keep tracking his locations. But he goes up north, assuming that's the direction he'll end up heading. But if he goes up north, he'll encounter more rain. But by the time we get towards Monday nights, we'll be looking at rain increasing yet again along the Oregon coast. Eventually that'll filter inland somewhat, and then we go through Tuesday. Here's another warm front moving from the south towards the north. Temperatures will climb yet again because of that particular front, but most of the energy stays offshore and heads up to our north. And then we get into Wednesday, and that's when our next stronger system moves through, and this is going to be our wind event that we've been talking about for the last several days. So our travel forecast over the Cascades, Monday and Tuesday, not too bad overall. Wednesday and Thursday, the snow level drops to about 5,000 feet, so it really won't be too bad, but if you're just wondering, I don't want to deal with any snow, well then, you know, Wednesday and Thursday, you might have to deal with a little bit of some snow, but especially once we get it towards Friday, then things can come downhill even more by then. So our precipitation forecast for the next 5 days, a lot of rain, especially along the Oregon coast. In fact, we do have a chance of some rain for the next 5 days. The wettest days and the windiest days will definitely be on Wednesday and Friday of this coming week. So rainfall amounts for tonight will generally be light along the Oregon coast. We could be looking at 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain. Eventually that rain will filter east the Cascades for Christmas Day and into early on Tuesday, and then that rain will really start to pick up even more once we get towards Wednesday and into Thursday as that storm approaches our region. We could be looking at over 2 inches of rain along the Oregon coast. Now there is a high wind watch for the Shasta Valley for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning for wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour possible. So 60 mile an hour wind gusts, that means that semi trucks can get blown over, because that happened to me a lot when I was in Wyoming. So we could be looking at those similar kind of wind gusts possible east of the Cascades, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's extended out there as well, and even along the Oregon coast. And that'll eventually taper off once we get to Thursday. So here's our forecast for the Oregon coast. Temperatures into the 50s, warming up to about 60 degrees by Friday. So it's going to be very warm along the Oregon coast. For Northern California, we'll be into the low 50s for the next several days. Low temperatures generally 35 to 40 degrees. Windy though, and rainy for both Wednesday and Friday. Klamath Basin, you'll see that freezing rain, freezing drizzle or freezing rain early in the morning for tomorrow morning. And then dry conditions for Tuesday. Rain and snow picks up on Wednesday. Cascades, most of this will be in the form of rain, but eventually we'll see some rain, snow once we get towards Wednesday and into early on Thursday. But then we'll see more in the way of snow by Friday and next weekend. Here in the Rogue Valley, we'll see high temperatures in the 50s. It gets pretty windy on Wednesday, so be prepared for that.